And Emmanuel Ham, he graduated from college, and that was a big time achievement for us. So really happy for him too.
Can you talk about this weekend with U of A, just what it means to go undefeated against that team down south?
Oh man, I wish I could say we went undefeated this season, but going undefeated against U of A is a really like a lifetime accomplishment, man. It was something that coming into Arizona State, I knew it was going to be big, a big time game, and going into my redshirt freshman year, watching them just kill us, you know what I mean, out in Tucson. It just kind of like put a bad taste in my mouth, and I just told myself like I'm never going to lose to them, and I'm glad I fulfilled that, and I brought the cup back home to Tempe.
Oh,
Jace, talk about the young defensive backs, not only a corner, but also at safety that have really been stepping up this year. And how much leadership have you provided them as a senior to see their development the way it's been progressing?
Man, I feel like we got honestly some of the best, secondary players that, in their class. Ed Woods, Tamarcus Davis, he's not a lower classman, but the kid is playing lights out, man. He's doing all the things right. He's reading his keys. He's keeping his eyes on the ball, and he's making plays at the end of the day. The safety position, the twins, man, I can't wait till they, fully get their, mental and their physical together and, dominate, these next couple of years here at Arizona State. And, Mace, all the kids, man, I think that not even the kids, the young men, I should say, they're doing a phenomenal job. I can't say too much about my leadership. I just try to lead by example and, give them some words of encouragement with some words of wisdom, and just hope that they take it and run with it like I did with the people that were before me. So, like I said, man, I'm excited. I'm really, really excited to watch them play and watch them grow and, just do the things the Sun Devil way.
Michelle.
Hey, Chase, looking forward to this week. Obviously, a lot of these guys haven't played in sleet and snow and very, very cold temperatures, and the weather probably is going to be pretty nasty up there. How do you prepare for that?
Yeah, I think the first thing you do is just get mentally prepared. You know what I mean? I don't know why people would look up the weather and all that, like what's gonna happen. It's Corvallis. Things is gonna be type shaky. So, but I think just to prepare for it, you just gotta mentally prepare. You just gotta mentally sit down and just tell yourself like, man, even though this is crappy weather, I'm gonna go out there and ball and shine for my family and shine for the university I'm playing for. So it's been bad these last couple of years going up there, with the fog, in the cold. But I think this, after coming off a 70-7 win of U of A, I think we're pretty jacked to go up there.
Trevor.
Chase, looking back to last year's game against Oregon State, what are some of the challenges that their route structures and their receivers run? And then also they've got some guys out this weekend, but some of the personnel that stood out to you on film this year.
I honestly haven't been able to sit down and watch the film by myself, you know what I mean, and break down the receivers and break down their routes. But their offensive coordinator, he's I don't know his name, but I know that he does his job well, very, very well. Especially coming out with different packages, 13 personnel, 12, 11, 10. They come out with they come and throw a whole bunch of things at you. So but coming into last year, they do run a lot of double moves. They run a lot of they like to take a lot of shots. So I feel like with last year's film and with this year's team, I think that we're gonna have a really good game plan against them and just hopefully go out there and ball out.
Doug.
Chase, I think anyone who's been around you for the last 4+ years knows how close you are to family. How disappointing will it be not to have kind of final send-off at Sun Devil Stadium with your family? And then also, just when you think back on this year, what will you remember most? What will stick out?
Oh man, that's probably one of the hardest things. Really, when I found out that we was going to Corvallis, it kind of hurt me because really they've played 4 games at home. This is gonna be their 5th game. I only got to play 1, and we only got to play 1. So it kind of sucks. But like I said, man, you just got to shake things off at the end of the day and just go roll with the punches, and then hopefully just end up victorious after the fight. And it is very hard for my family, especially being a senior and not playing here, my last game or whatever. But I feel like they're gonna be just as excited watching me on TV.
And what will you remember when you look back on this season? What will stand out the most?
What would stand out the most, really, just how crazy, how hectic this was. You know what I mean? I've never had a football season only being 4 or 5 games. Like, I've never had that, and I don't think anybody has had that. And I think the best thing that we came out from this is, like, through trials and tribulations and all the crap that we went up through, we put up with. We played the season that we wish that we would have had, but we just wish we had a couple more W's on our list. You know what I mean? So I love the squad. I love everybody on this team, from the assistants to the head coaches, and I'll do anything for anybody on this team. And yeah, that's probably the one thing I will always remember.
Last question, Michael.
Yeah, Chase, to kind of piggyback off that, I mean, like you said, I know it's only been 3 games, but at the same time, from where you guys started, how do you feel the overall growth of the defense and the chemistry and the growth of the defense was, especially with the defensive line? Because, I mean, Jermaine, even though it's 3 games, I mean, he looked very, very dominant up front.
Man, all of them. DJ, Tyler Johnson, Jermaine Lole, Steph Wright, DJ, they're playing lights out, man. And I got to give it to, Coach Rodriguez. He's done a fantastic job, getting these guys prepared and making sure they know the game plan and, just keep moving forward. And honestly, too, I just love the fact that the defense has grown from the secondary that we were last year to Marv stepping in and Coach Hawk coming in here and being the secondary that we are today. And I just think, like, it all works hand in hand. Our linebackers are lights out. Merlin Robertson, Darian Butler, and Kyle Soley, they're the voice and the vocal. They're basically the quarterbacks of the defense. And I feel like with the first game being USC and, having that loss, it just kind of really brought us really mostly together. Like, okay, we got to, even though we lost the game, I wouldn't even say, the whole team lost. I think we, as a defense, I'm going to put it on us, that we didn't get those 4th down stops at the end of the game. And I think we just grew off it. We played lights out against UCLA, didn't go our way. We had a bad drive in the 4th quarter, and you just got to go from it. But then, now you look at next week, we almost had 10 turnovers. So I just feel like, man, our team is whoever we want to be. And our defense is a big part in that. And I love everybody. I love, my teammates to death. And I'm just, so thankful to have played with them and to play, tomorrow or on Saturday with them.
All right. Thank you, Chase.
Thanks, Chase.
You guys have a good one.
Hey, Jayden, how do you prepare for going up to a place like Oregon State in the middle of December when it's going to be pretty nasty weather? And most of this team, I don't think many of these guys have played in that.
I mean, I don't know. I feel like you just gotta be mentally prepared for it. Like, prepare yourself mentally. It's not really anything that we could do physically to prepare for it. We just go out there, wet balls, just trying to get us to mentally prepare for what might occur during the game. We don't know if we're gonna get rain, might get snow. We don't know what we're gonna get.
Gabe?
Jayden, the rushing game has been super successful in all of the games that you guys have had. How much has being able to have production out of both running backs or multiple different running backs, how does that help you in the vertical passing game and being able to open that up, especially last week?
I mean, the first 2 games, rushing attack was really there. As the season goes on, more games we play, the more comfortable the receivers get, and they start getting the feel for college football. So, I mean, what Rashad and Coach Iguana's doing with the running back room is just helping us out. Play action passes, defense is so focused on running or stopping the run. It just opens everything up vertically from the outside in. And you see that we hit a couple of those shots last week.
Jack?
You talk about, in just your second year, you're still a pretty young guy. What's the leadership piece of this been like for you, and trying to lead a team during COVID?
Right. So I mean, I'm pretty sure everybody heard. Last week, I gave a speech to the team, the whole 0-2 thing, and we went out there. So just going off from there, just embracing that role. That no matter who I am, like, I have a lot of influence on the team, that's what everybody's preaching me. Like I have a lot of influence on the team, so you really just go out there and just using it at the appropriate times. I don't have to be the raw type of guy, but when something's not going right, just going out there, just using my voice, and if I say something, the team's gonna listen.
Trevor.
Jayden, thinking back to Oregon State last season, what are some of the challenges they present with their pass rush tendencies, and then what are you expecting to see from their defense this weekend?
Right. I mean, they're good. They're a good, sound defense. They don't really give up too much. They played a lot of games, have a lot of experience on the defensive end. They're young in the back end, for the most part. But really, last year, it's just about us not turning over the ball. Last year we had 3 turnovers. Turnovers kill the game, so momentum swing. So the main thing going in there is just keep control of the ball, control the offense.
Michael.
Yeah, Jayden, I know obviously against Arizona it got called back, but how long were you lobbying for that trick play where you get the ball thrown back to you?
Ever since Coach Hill came here and put it in the spring, finally got the right look. He called it. I mean, from there, sadly that one of the linemen were downfield, and they said it was a questionable call. But it just sucks. But it counts in my book.
Doug.
Jayden, when the season's over and you look back on it, what will you remember most about these last 6 months or so?
How chaotic it was, really. It wasn't a normal year for everybody, just outside of football. It's a lot of adversity that we dealt with on and off the field. There's a couple of people, that might have had COVID. Just going on from there is just learning on how to be mentally prepared for anything. That's really the main thing. Is just I feel like everybody on the team that what we should take from this year is like coming in next year. We know what we messed up on. We know that we didn't finish games, and we put ourselves in this position. So next year, I feel like when we come back to school, 2021 is just going to be a new focus, a new attitude, new energy. Because we don't want to feel this feeling again of being 2-2 or 1-3, whatever, 1-2 right now. So how we finish this game off is just going to build momentum for next season.
Zach.
Jayden, following up on that on the trick plays question, it seems like when you guys are on the field, you're just having so much fun, especially when you're putting up so many points against U of A. Does it feel like this year, after so much stress, that you're finally able to just really enjoy football?
Most definitely. Everything is always better when you're winning. There's a couple games that were up, but I feel like just everybody's getting back in their groove. We play one game, has had a month. You finally get to play back-to-back games. And finally find that groove, find that routine of going out there and just playing each and every week. What we didn't get to experience. So, we're just finding our groove. I feel like everything's just coming together, and we're just going to build momentum for next season.
All right. Thank you, Jayden.
Thanks, Jayden.